Today we are covering Checkpoint Certified Security Expert CCSE 156 315. To find the complete list of questions and answers, please go to the playlist link provided in the description. Question is, what needs to be configured if the NAT property translate destination or client side is not enabled in global properties? Option A, host route to route to the destination IP. Option B, use the file local.arp to add the ARP entries for NAT to work. Option C, nothing. The gateway takes care of all details necessary. Option D, enabling allow bidirectional NAT for NAT to work correctly. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, at what point is the Internal Certificate Authority ICA created? Option A, upon creation of a certificate. Option B, during the primary security management server installation process. Option C, when an administrator decides to create one. Option D, when an administrator initially logs into Smart Console. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, which predefined permission profile should be assigned to an administrator that requires full access to audit all configurations without modifying them? Option A, auditor. Option B, read only all. Option C, super user. Option D, full access. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, when identity awareness is enabled, which identity sources are used for application control? Option A, radius. Option B, remote access and radius. Option C, AD query. Option D, AD query and browser-based authentication. Correct answer is option D. Next question is, true or false? In R81, more than one administrator can log in to the security management server with write permission at the same time. Option A, false. This feature has to be enabled in the global properties. Option B, true. Every administrator works in a session that is independent of the other administrators. Option C, true. Every administrator works on a different database that is independent of the other administrators. Option D, false. Only one administrator can log in with write permission. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, which utility allows you to configure the DHCP service on GAIA from the command line? Now see the options. Option A, B, C and option D. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, there are two R7730 security gateways in firewall cluster. They are named as FW_A and FW_B. The cluster is configured to work as HA high availability with default cluster configuration. FW_A is configured to have higher priority than FW_B. FW_A has active and processing the traffic in the morning. FW_B was standby. Around 11 a.m., its interfaces went down and this caused a failover. FW_B became active. After an hour, FW_A interface issues were resolved and it became operational. When it rejoins the cluster, will it become active automatically? Option A. No, since maintain current active cluster member option on the cluster object properties is enabled by default. Option B. No, since maintain current active cluster member option is enabled by default on the global properties. Option C. Yes, since switch to higher priority cluster member option on the cluster object properties is enabled by default. Option D. Yes, since switch to higher priority cluster member option is enabled by default on the global properties. Correct answer is option A.